What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Chris, as always with me.
I'm Liam.
And today we are diving into Dexter Original Sin, episode 8. Before we do, I just want to say a quick thank you to everyone who has been subscribing, tuning in, commenting below. We hit 16,000 subscribers today. It's been absolutely amazing. And many of you guys have been asking, how do you get more content? How do you guys get more behind the scenes? How do you get more involved with the community? And so we heard you guys and we listened and reached out to some friends and we created a Patreon for you. So for as little as a cup of coffee, you can actually become a member of the G-Spot. The link's down in our description and you can get early access to videos. We give you a video shout out. There's a premium subscription that you could hit that gives you a lot more access and cool stuff, but you can check it all out in the link below. But until then, let's dive into Dexter, because this episode 8 was a good one. Let us know what you guys thought in the comments. We're gonna dive right in.
So, the Captain's Sons knew it was his dad. Do you see him wake up, kinda, and half asleep? Dad?
When you're like, I'm like thinking, in that scene, I was like also like going in my mind about a couple of different things. And so when you're like a young kid and your parents wake you up for school, for example, right? You know, like it's a feeling, right? Like you know who they are. Like it's like almost like that noise he was making, like quiet down, it's okay. Like you've heard that so many times in that tone with that expression, that like you know that's your parent, right? And I think that's what was happening in that scene, is because he's clearly very drugged up, right? So he's like kind of in and out of it, but yet the way his father handles him is something that's very familiar to him. So he was like, Dad, but I don't think consciously he knows it's his father.
Not yet, no. Yeah. But I still want to point that out because that was a key element of this.
And on that too, one other thing I wanted to mention, because you kind of also went there and we had many people in the comments go there. I think that I was struggling with him being the killer because where's the motive to kill your own son or hurt your own son? But it makes sense when you go back and look at the tape, sports reference. The affair has been going on for 16 years. The boy is clearly not even 16, or is at least 16. So the likelihood that Aaron's actually the father is pretty slim. And if you were to think you were raising your child for a decade, to come to find out, not your kid, and your wife's been cheating on you the whole time, that's motive. And now that makes sense. And we've had many people in the comments, as well as you, hint towards that's probably why he's doing it. Revenge? Yeah, makes a lot of sense now.
That fucking shootout scene when they raid the house? Holy fuck, though. I didn't think he was willing. Well, I guess they're not quite innocent, but they're innocent of this, right? They're not good people.
Yeah, but they definitely, that whole thing was a setup for sure. Like, none of the crimes that they got killed for were actually something they did. They didn't kidnap the kid. They were definitely cartel members, but...
The captain did such a good job when he was inside that house and talking that you could visibly see the actor be like, oh, fuck, I got to escalate this faster. It's not working the way I thought it would.
Yeah. No, it was very methodical.
And I thought that was a good job on him.
Yeah. Dexter's the only one just studying him the whole time, being this is a good performance, but I know. Yeah, absolutely.
And his dad rejected his theories so fast.
Yeah. I mean, his dad was also in the middle of the tailspin because he had just realized that Deb was actually out with a 25-year-old. So his whole thing was like, shit, gotta go figure that out with Deb. So everything else that Dexter said after that was just shut up and go do what I said.
Yeah, and also you gotta remember that he's also known the captain for longer than Dexter's been alive.
Correct. Yeah. So they've been buddies a long time, which makes me think that he's not a serial killer.
He just snapped.
And I think it has something to do with bringing down the cartel and everyone who has directly hurt him. So the wife, the guy who was sleeping with his wife, the cartel members, that judge who I'm guessing had something to do with the divorce or some sort of whatever he's battling with his wife. I'm guessing the judge or paternity, maybe he lost the rights to his son because of that judge. So that's the reason why that judge lost his son. So there's a lot of revenge playing into this, but I don't think that ultimately Aaron was a bad person. That's why Harry doesn't read it, is because he was brought to this place through trauma and life events.
Yeah.
The choices he made through that made him snap, and now he's here. It's almost like there's another personality that takes over and it can do these things, like the dark passenger we talk about with Dexter.
Well, Dexter was even talking about it in this episode. Everyone has a little bit of the dark passenger in them.
Right. We all have a shadow self for sure.
Yeah. That's what Dexter was bringing. But I think that's when he had the realization of that, which I felt was really important. Because I remember when I was a teenager, you kind of reflect some, right? And that was one of my aha moments was like, yeah, everyone's got a little bit of bad in them.
Yeah.
Not everyone's perfect. So it's like when you're a kid and you're looking up to your parents, oh, dad is invincible, right? You kind of lose that illusion.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what Dexter just had in this episode, I believe.
That makes sense. Yeah, that's it. I like that.
Also, was it Clark, the gay cop?
Yeah, Clark.
So one of our commenters said that he thinks he's the killer because he's like self-hating because he's still in the closet. And so that's why he's taking his stuff out on all the, that's why they all have like gay or something for victims.
Yeah. No, I read the comment and initially I was like, oh, that's a theory for sure. That's a rabbit hole it could be going down. We could be getting misdirected to think it's someone else when really it's been Clark all along. In this episode, I think we got enough confirmation to know it really is Brian. Just with the connection between his therapist being the first actual victim, because now we have his folders, right? Because Harry has the file on him. And once we got that file,
And like where they saw it.
right, another thing, yeah. But now that we have a little bit more confirmation now that it is actually Brian also in the background figuring out his method, what he likes, how he's going to go about it. All, yeah, it's like parallel to Dexter at the same time. Yeah, which was also a theory that was in the comments. So we got a lot of really sleuth people that either tune in or watch or comment and are part of the community. So I really appreciate you guys because it's awesome to engage and have someone else who thinks and like wants to be involved with that stuff. Cool stuff.
And so we had Harry and LaGuardia go on the road trip.
Yes.
It looked like they were getting close to each other, like opening up, starting to trust each other. And then when it seems like they've just reached a point of, hey, we're cool, right?
Yeah.
They start leaving and she sees the folder in the back and it's like, the fuck's this?
Yeah, he's been hiding something the whole time, which, yeah, she doesn't trust him anymore.
Kind of resets everything. All the work that was just done.
Yeah, no, the trip to Tampa was like a bonding moment for them until that last like little piece there.
Then we got to talk about Deb and her boyfriend, how he just snapped on her.
Yeah, we got Gio's true colors in this one, and my theory was completely debunked. I thought that he was a member of the cartel, but that he like didn't want anything to do with it. Like he was like that one reluctant family member is just tied to it. No, he 100% is directly connected, does work for his father, and is probably one of his main smugglers now, it looks like, based on this episode. So, and just left Deb, like, on the island. See you later. I don't give a fuck about you. Just showed his true. Oh, and has a fiance.
Yeah.
So a lot was revealed on him in this episode, but good old Dexter came to rescue her and got the boat for the first time, which you've been talking about for multiple episodes. So.
Yep. I was excited to see that. I was like, fuck yeah, finally.
Nice fishing boat too.
Finally.
Yeah. And also in this episode has the epiphany that things go in the ocean that go away forever.
Because of the bracelet.
Yep. So, and another nod to why Deb is so close with Dexter, because Dexter's always been there for her.
That's the second time Dexter has saved her life in this season.
Yeah. Which it makes sense why she's so blind to him and is so loyal to him when we meet them so much later. Is that she's just put up blinders to the fact that he is who he is because she's loved him for so long and he's taken care of her for so long. Yeah.
So I very much enjoyed that piece of this episode, was them building that stronger connection, and also the best friend kind of helping Dexter out a little bit. It was funny though when he walks up and she's like, oh, this is my new boyfriend.
Trying way too hard to make me jealous. Yeah.
Hilarious, and that gave me some flashbacks to when I was in high school and shit.
Yeah, they were standing in front of a high school when they did it, right? So it makes sense. But yeah. And the fact that Dexter is completely unfazed. He's just like, yeah whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
But where is she?
Yeah, that was fun. Well, we actually get confirmation of another theory of ours, which was that one of the reasons why Harry is so devoted to Dexter like a son and truly looks at him like one is because he is directly responsible for his mother's death. His love for Dexter is the reason, proof confirmation on screen is episode that he gets Laura caught and ultimately chopped into pieces, right? And so we actually saw the beginning of that traumatic experience for Dexter. It closes out like with his eye focused in on some dude being chopped to pieces, right? So one, we got confirmation that Harry really is directly responsible. His own actions directly responsible for her cover being blown, her death, which also is why he leans so heavily into Dexter. Now, I think there's one other piece that we're missing that we haven't talked about, which is why he doesn't take Brian. And I think there's going to be a situation very soon, right before they split them, where Brian shows that he is like already broken, already psychotic, like already has signs of like violence or something going on. So Harry decides he can't save him. He can only save Dexter and takes Dexter and tries to like save the younger one who isn't broken yet.
Oh, Brian's a little bit older, right?
Yes.
So he would be able to recall, or I guess hold on to more of that trauma during the event.
We know he 100, like, so Dexter blacks a lot of it out, right?
Yeah.
Brian doesn't, because we got his folder, right? And when you open the folder, you may have paused the screen like I did for a little bit, but in the therapist's notes, he's basically recalling the events that happened inside of the shipping container. He remembers it all. So, yeah.
But in the scene with where Harry kind of fucks up that we were just talking
In the park? Yeah.
Yeah, in the park. They did such a good job showing Christian Slater like hesitate. I know I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't be doing this. And then you could see the wave wash over him as the actor. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to do it. And I was like, that's really fucking cool. He did such a good job. I don't know if it was like something second nature or he's been acting forever. So I don't know. It was really good and it caught my attention.
So we have two big things that I think are going to, or multiple things, but two big things on my mind right now. The fallout and repercussions of slaughtering 3 cartel members. So obviously the cartel's not going to take well to that. And there's going to be retaliation and some sort of gang war or cops versus cartel war type of thing going on. We need to figure out ultimately too, how does Dexter get Harry onto his side, or how does he stop Aaron without also like getting Harry upset with him, right? Because Harry knows everything he does. And if he were to kill Aaron because Aaron's a bad person, he would need Harry's permission to kill Aaron. So that would be
a lot more evidence is what he needs.
Yeah.
Like concrete shit.
Yeah. So what did you guys think of episode 8 of Dexter Original Sin? This one, we got a lot of confirmation, a lot of answers, but we still have many questions. So I'm excited to see where they go. And I'm actually excited that they confirmed they're going to do a second season. So that's cool. We're actually going to see this progress past and not just be a filler, which I was very worried about early on, as you guys would know if you've watched the earlier videos. If you haven't, you can always check out that playlist. And don't forget, guys, we actually started up a Patreon, as many of you guys requesting some more access, some more behind the scenes. You want to get earlier access, you want to know more. And so again, for as little as a cup of coffee, you can become a member of our Patreon, become a member of the G-Spot community, and we really appreciate it. So with that being said, you guys can always check us out in another video. The playlist right here you can check out, as well as another one that you can check out right here, as well as something that you might enjoy above my head. But as always, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single video. We are churning out 3 a week right now and really enjoying what we're doing. So you guys keep tuning in and we'll keep producing them. See you guys later.
Find the strength hiding in each battle scar. You're not who you were, you've already come far.